Hey everyone, so with the first major content update for Wild Hearts, in the patch notes it lists that the chain trap was nerfed to the extent of which it was holding the monster longer than intended. With this recent change, chain traps aren't really worth using anymore. Why? But before I get into that, I will explain the basic mechanics of the chain trap and why we use it. If you are new to the game, chain traps aren't really available to you until you equip the steak karakuri and crate karakuri to learn the recipe to craft it when fighting any Deathstalker kimono. If you don't have the Deathstalker available to unlock the chain trap, you need to progress into the story to eventually fight one in the third area of the game. Depending on what console you're on, if you're on PC, these controls to place your karakuri may vary. But once you have it unlocked, you can make a chain trap easily by stacking 2 stakes on top of each other and then add a crate on top, and then repeat the same building structure right next to it to create the chain trap. Every chain trap you make consumes 10 of your karakuri thread capacity, so it's always good to keep that in mind whenever you're building in a hunt. So the main issue with the chain trap is how it differs from Monster Hunter games is that the kimonos become resistant to it based on how many times it's used against it. Yes, you heard me. So the more times you use it, the less time it will be ensnared into the traps. There are upgrades along with the karakuri skill tree that help make the chain trap more effective. These 2 skills would be the chain trap extension and another called the chain trap extra extension, which are worth going for if you intend on taking advantage of the chain trap to its full extent. But with the first patch notes I showed you earlier in the video and how inconsistent kimonos trigger the traps, it makes them less of a good option for karakuri. They are still good to start off a hunt with, but after a few uses, it's best to switch to a harpoon or something more viable for the rest of your hunt. Normally we would just spam our traps into a path that a kimono takes, or just pile the traps into one spot so it could cause a chain reaction of traps, giving us the most amount of time possible to get some early damage when starting the hunt, but it's a little bit less effective now. I hope you all learned something today, and I will leave out some little footage from using chain traps against a volatile kimono so you could see how effective they are at the start of the hunt and how quickly they become unreliable after triggering a few traps after the update. Make sure to stay tuned in for more Wild Hearts content, and thanks for watching.